Welcome to the A-Train Show. And now here's your host, the A-Train, Arlington Lane.
Welcome to this edition of the A-Train Show, the A-Train Arlington Lane. It is Super Tuesday. I know yesterday had some stuff I had to take care of, personally at home, but I had to make sure everything was okay. But hey, I'm back again, Super Tuesday. It is Super Tuesday, folks. Thankful to those that tuned in to the show. Make sure that you go and find us on Roku TV, Amazon TV, Amazon Fire Stick, and online at fuelsportsnetwork.com. Thanks to our wonderful folks. Let me get this squared away. All right. Make sure you check us out on Fuel Sports Network. There we go. Always got to get some things moved around a little bit. Thanks to our sponsors over at Just Me Jerky, Dubby Energy Powder, True Victory Apparel, MacDougall Bats, and Royal Retros. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. While we getting this thing underway, there we go. I can't. Always something going on crazy as doing the show today. All right. So yeah, let me go ahead. Big ups to the men and women's basketball teams on Saturday, capturing Saturday and Sunday, both capturing the gold against the same country, France, which is, if anybody that's watching the show right now can tell me when the last time that ever happened where both the men and the women both face the same team for the gold medal. So you can jump in the comments and you can definitely let me know. But definitely the game against France for the men's side, even though the women's side, it was a point. They had to come back to make that win. Both games were exhilarating as they were, and a lot of people were touching on who should have won, I guess, tournament MVP, and LeBron James won it over Steph Curry, who had back-to-back games with at least 6-7 3-pointers plus 3-pointers in each game. And they were looking for Curry to win that award because he won them in the two biggest games. But I think that, and I'm playing devil's advocate here, that they were going by consistency, and LeBron James had consistent gameplay throughout the tournament where he was able to maintain similar scoring, rebounds, and assists. And that's what got him the award. Now, I understand where people are coming from, saying that, Steph Curry should have won. I do believe he should have. But it's similar to what has happened to him in the past when you have a game which go off and that there was no consistency within the series. So like in a 7-game series in the NBA Finals, I think, like I said, he's only won it once. And in the other two finals, the other two players, I think it was Iguodala and Kevin Durant that won the others, that they were consistent in the finals. And I think Andre Iguodala had the lowest point total for a series MVP. But my point was, it was consistency throughout that finals. And so a similar situation happened here with Steph Curry, but he had two big games. And my goodness, I hated that, that happened to him. But he was amazing. And I loved the last two games, especially the one against Serbia. A lot of people was wondering, like, that the Americans should not have any trouble against Serbia. If you look at the game today, as in a basketball culture, it's very different than what it was in the past. Like big men are shooting threes these days. Everybody on the team can shoot from the outside. If you look at this squad here, all 12 players, 10 to 12 players that's on this squad can hit a three. They can hit over 30, 35% from 3-point land. So it's not an inside game like it used to be anymore. I get it. I think Nikola Jokic, I know Joel Embiid, they have those types of games. Anthony Davis ever so often, but that's pretty much it. You don't see a lot of big men playing in the post like they used to. I think who is that? Sengun from the Rockets. Uh, he has that. He has a similar type of game to Nikola Jokic, and but those are just off the top of my head. It's not a big man game anymore. This is everybody plays from the outside, and that means a lot of teams have adapted to that particular way of playing the game of basketball. I think we've spoken about this on the show in previous iterations, previous editions. But that's where we are now. That's the type of game that these teams play. And so it's more like a Golden State Warriors type of basketball, and so those teams now uh, can compete better, and the game against Serbia, when we looked at it, it was a lot of threes. I think at least 50 to 60 threes were thrown up in that game, attempted. So, now more people depend on the three more than they do to go with the mid range and outside. Of course, Kevin Durant is one of the best mid range shooters in the game today. Chris Paul, he had a career of adapting to playing in the mid range game. So, that's the type of style of basketball that they're playing today. And teams are getting more attached where they can compete with the United States. Do not get me wrong. I don't mind a blowout, and I think they had one blowout in that in the matchup against Brazil. But every game was competitive, and that is how this should be. And people looking at it like, the dream team would have never the dream team would have blew out Serbia. Listen, that's a different time, different era, different style of basketball than it is now. And a lot of people saying, well, this men's basketball team could beat the dream team. Depending on how the type of basketball was played will determine how the game goes. If they play like 92, they don't the men's basketball team don't play that type of game. I think if it was now, the 92 team wouldn't play that type of game, but they still will figure a way to win. And nothing like it's nothing against the men's basketball team, but that's the type of game that they play. More outside. It would be hard to stop a LeBron James even at 39 years of age. I can't believe I'm actually saying it, but watching in this competition, it was hard to stop him, especially when he's playing full speed ahead. I don't even think he's he's not going to play 82 games at 40. And he's crazy if he play 82 games at 40 this upcoming season. But that's the type of game that the men play. On the women's side, they had a lot of close games themselves. You know what I mean? And so it's crazy enough that the women's team get in that competitive nature too. I heard from I was at work the other night, and a couple of ladies came to me, and they were watching the Olympics, and they were telling me that about the that the women's basketball team could take on the men's national basketball team. And I sat back, I let them talk, didn't cut them off because I was going, I was being respectful. And I listened to it and I was like, there's no way on God's green earth those women can beat those men. Got to understand where it coming from. The tallest members of those teams is what Brittany Griner, Asia Wilson, and Breonna Stewart, right? You got 6'11 Kevin Durant, 6'11 Anthony Davis, 6'8, 6'9 LeBron James, right? 7'2 Joel Embiid, and 6'11 Bam Adebayo. You see where I'm going with this? I don't think, and even if the guys were to play, be a little laxed when they play, and they're still gonna beat them. You got to understand that group of individuals, it's no shot. It's no shot. I did. I let them talk because I did not know these ladies. I just sat there and let them say what they wanted. I was like, well, okay. I didn't agree with it, but I was like, okay. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna disrespect them, but I know from what I've seen with the teams that there's no way. There's no way on God's green earth that those, and it's not dissing the women. It's not dissing the women at all. But my thing is when you got 5 men over 6'8", 6'9", and the girls don't even have anybody over 6'8", 6'9", it's really difficult to sit here and say that they're going to beat the men. And when you have fresh, younger individuals such as a Devin Booker, such as an Anthony Edwards, such as a Tyrese Halliburton, who didn't get a lot of clock, in this tournament. And shout out to him for trolling throughout the tournament. Said it's basically when you get an A on a project and you didn't do anything. Well played, sir. Well played. That is how it looks. And a lot of people was on that Jason Tatum didn't get a lot of clock during the tournament. You just gotta let me see. How can I put this delicately? Uh when you played in 100 games in the NBA season, and then you are honored to play in the tournament, and I get it, you want to play and whatnot. You playing in these exhibition games, you steadily playing basketball. That's going to be a lot of wear and tear on you. Jason Tatum at the end of the NBA Finals was saying that they know they need to go, they have to win again next season, right? Next year. And so they decided the USA men's national team chose him to be a part of the squad. He could have easily declined and said no, but he wanted to represent it so that way he can get a gold medal. Now, I don't think it was his fault at all that he didn't get any clock. Steve Kerr has a way that he runs his systems, and he wanted to make sure and instill that there was a gold medal coming back to the United States. And you can be mad at Steve Kerr all you like, but I really think Kerr was thinking about, this is my opinion. It's not fact. Ain't nothing being reported that this is what happened. But my belief was that he was really looking out for Jason Tatum because he had just played 100 games of NBA basketball. Yes, he was running with them guys during practices, exhibitions, and even played some in the tournament, but he didn't play a lot because just the way I see it, it's a lot of wear and tear on the body. Right. And then he's about to, in literally a month or so, he's gonna be back in the back working out, getting ready for another NBA season dropping in October. I don't know, but that's how I see things. Uh, it's not comparable in any way. I'm embarrassed for them because they're women. It is what it is at this point. Okay, like seriously, I can't call it. All right, the Olympics, and then I'm gonna get into some wrestling because we got some interesting things happening in WWE. And shoot, hell, across pro wrestling as a whole. All right, so stay tuned. We'll be back with more of the A Train Show Super Tuesday special right after this. We'll be right back.
Same great taste. Yes, same great taste. Same great taste.
Back on this edition of the A Train Show, the A Train Arlington Lane, as always, Super Tuesday. No, not always, but it's Super Tuesday today. And thanks to our friends over at Just Me, Jerky, Dubby, Energy Powder, True Victory Apparel, MacDougall Bats, and Royal Retros. Got to take a swig. Give me a second here. Wet the whistle a little bit. Wet the whistle. All right. We're talking a bit about the Olympics and, you know, with the men's and the women's teams that, they both did very, very well. And, I was glad that the competition was fantastic. You know what I mean? USA basketball was great. And man, it's so much to take in um with this tournament. Of course, Asia Wilson on the women's side and Brianna Stewart showcased why this team deserved its gold medal. And a lot of people, there was other thing, okay, about the Jason Tatum situation. They were mentioning about Caitlin Clark and would she be in a similar matter where uh she would have had that Jason Tatum type of treatment. The thing is, the team was already made, and alternate or not, she would have not seen. I don't think she would have seen the floor, because that's a different. That's a different spot. That's a different level. And you say, well, she could play with anybody. Yeah, that's true. That's true. She can play with anybody. The problem is that you have made a team already, and she's just a rookie. And 99 out of 100 times, a rookie is not going to be on the USA men's basketball team. They're not. Just not happening. All right. And you can sit back and say, well, Christian Laettner did it. Christian Laettner was already chosen a year before the team came across. They were already putting a college player in. You can say what you want, that Isaiah Thomas was screwed over by a college player. Say whatever you want about that. But that is how that was going down. 11 NBA players, 1 college star. And they went and got the player of the year at the time, Christian Laettner. That was already set in stone. Caitlin Clark was never set in stone. But 2028 in the United States, I think that's going to make more sense, because by then she'll have at least 4 years in the league, and she will already be a force to be reckoned with in the W. Heaven forbid injuries ever happen to her. But my thing is, she's going to pretty much be a cinch. Her and maybe Angel Reese as well, depending on how well they do getting up to that point come 2028 in Los Angeles. Joining me on the program coming up right now, as a matter of fact, he's going to have a busy day today. I don't think he really will recognize. He's going to be busy today in the morning and in the evening. He's the host of the Gridiron that you catch on Saturdays at 1 o'clock Eastern. And then he is also the host of the Jersey the King show that you can catch every Thursday night at 11 midnight Eastern, I think it is. 11 Eastern. 11 Eastern. And so, yeah, definitely 10 o'clock Central and 8 o'clock on the West. The one and only JTK himself, Jersey King. What's up, brother?
What's going on, brother? How you doing today?
Man, you know what? I've been talking a bit about this Olympic stuff. And, I had mentioned earlier in the show that a lady came to me and said that the women could beat the men. And I sat back and I was like, okay, I'll let her talk. Let her say her piece. I was like, listen, I said to myself, after seeing 6 men, I think I counted 6 men that are all over 6'9", 6'8", 6'9", that's already a sense that that's not going to happen. It's just not happening.
At all. At all.
Not happening. But I will say this. The simple fact that both teams beat the same countries, men and women teams, is impressive. And I'm trying to find somebody that can help me find this stat. Did anybody ever see that the men and women beat the same country squads in a previous Olympics? I don't think it's ever happened.
No.
Okay.
It's the first time ever.
See, that's what I'm saying.
And it was the first time that it's the host team. It's the host team that was going up against the USA as well. Well, going up against their opponent. You know what I mean? It was both in men's and women's. It's the first time ever it was the host team. And it was the first time ever it was the same matchups in both men and women.
And both of them caught L's. Both of them caught L's, especially with the women when they had to come back themselves and they were able to pull it off in the end. And it was a great way to close out the Olympics. Great way to close out the Olympics.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
With a win like
and
that. And
that game was good.
Yes. And, I'm proud of that. I am proud of that. And coming up in the future, it's going to look like a young team. I've seen some posts out there of what the 2018 will look like when they get to LA. It's going to look really, really, really young on
Possibly.
especially on the men's side. The men's side is gonna definitely be a young team.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're about to lose three of probably the greatest basketball players to play the game in this era. LeBron,
Mhm.
Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, um, they were both, all three were magnificent. And LeBron and Steph Curry both showed you why they were Akron's finest in that gold medal game and throughout the tournament themselves. So I'm proud of that. But is it time to work as a U.S. men's basketball team for the next 4 years?
Not yet. We'll know
But
at the FIBA championships.
in 26, right? In 26 is what it is. They
We'll
always
know
do it
at the
every
FIBA
two.
World Championships. Yep.
Okay.
Because by
Uh,
then, I think both LeBron and Steph will be retired, and Kevin Durant will be in like his final year.
You don't think he'll do one more run after that? You think he'll do one more? Durant can do one more run after that?
He could, but I don't think he'll be as dominant. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Because by that time, his 20 years should be up in the NBA. You see what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
like, don't get me wrong, LeBron was impressive to be able to do this at the Olympics, but we all knew he was going to try at least go for one more Olympics. We knew that. We know we're not going to
Mm-hmm.
see him in the 2028 Olympics. We know this for sure. So, and possibly with Steph Curry as well, we could say we know for sure that he's not going to be back in the 2028 Olympics. It'll be a sight to see if he is, but he's not going to be that dominant player no more. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
It's just
I get what you're
age
saying.
is going to catch up to him. So at the end of
Right,
the
right.
day, I think we're going to have a young team in the 2028 Olympics, and we just need to be prepared for it and hope that the young teams can pick up where these veterans left off at with a gold medal win.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I can't agree with you any more than that. And I'm looking forward to seeing how again, I'm just looking forward to see how everything's looking out and shaping.
Yeah.
Um I
Now,
know you
real
go ahead.
quick,
What you got?
I um I did get to hear the part about Caitlin Clark and Caitlin Clark being in the Olympics this season or this year. To an extent, I think she should have been in the Olympics, but not on the 5-versus-5 team. I think she should have been on the
On the
3v3 team.
3-on-3
To
team.
be honest, I think she would. I think she would have did well on the 3-on-3 team, and I
And I'm
think
glad
she
you
would
brought that up.
have actually made a difference on that team rather than putting her on the 5-on-5 Team USA team. You know what I mean? It didn't make any sense, in my opinion, to put her on the 5-versus-5 team because look who she's going up against as far as taken over. Whose spot would she have been able to take over, and it would have been good, and that player wouldn't have felt like they got snubbed for a rookie who hasn't proven anything. You get what I mean? Like everyone who was on this women's team this season or this year for the Olympics deserved to be there, regardless of how anybody wants to look at it. They deserve to be there, and they showed why they deserve to be there in the Olympic Games. But that 3v3 team, yeah, she would have did very well on that team. We could have used her on that team because they didn't do good. It's just simple as that. We could have used her on that team. And then even with the men's team, we could have did a lot better with the roster, in my opinion, because we didn't do so hot.
Right. And you went and got Jimmer for that. You saw Ice Cube was like, well, why we couldn't get any of the three, the big three guys to participate in the Olympics. And even Ice Cube has
Mhm.
gone out and said, "Hey, I want to put up a challenge against
Yep.
any team that want to face off against three of my guys." And I think it was it what, Finland or the Netherlands? One of those squads came up and said, "Yeah, we in," and people said, "No, no, no."
We
Now
want to
how
see
come
the
it ain't?
United States. They want to see the United States versus the big three's best three. They want to see basically three of the top NBA players that they can get to play against the big three's best three. And that's what Ice Cube wants. He put that challenge out there. And I don't think we're gonna get a legitimate answer or even a legitimate acceptance from the NBA or any of those players. Because if they lose, you know how big the embarrassment will be?
That's
If they were to
I
lose to Ice Cube's big three team, that would be so embarrassing
that's
for the NBA. And then
that's
it would
like
cause a lot of questions and controversy in a way, because then they're gonna be like, well, if these players was able to beat the best three that we had to put up against them from the NBA, why aren't we looking at these guys?
but also I'm glad you mentioned it because that was like with the ordeal with the slam dunk contest, right? Why superstars weren't participating in the slam dunk contest. Why we didn't see LeBron James, you didn't see John Morant, you didn't see what shoot
Russell Westbrook,
all the guys, yeah, those guys not
all
participating
the
in
good
is
in-game
because
dunkers.
it's
LeBron
because
James.
they didn't want to be embarrassed.
LeBron
And
James.
then
It's because of LeBron James. Let's not fake the funk. It's been because of LeBron James when he lost the high school All-American slam dunk
he
contest.
won.
He
He
said
won
he
that contest, but he did not have anything flashy to really offer. He didn't have anything to
n-
offer. If you look at
and
what
neither did
Aaron
anyone
Gordon,
else.
if you look at what Aaron Gordon, Zach Levine did 8 years ago, that set a precedent of how they want to see the dunk contest. LeBron would have never had that. Russell Westbrook would have never had that. Anthony Davis, you can throw any in-game dunker. Anthony Edwards would have to be the one to set that precedent. But would he do it? But he's
Yeah.
a great in-game dunker. He can dunk on anybody. But can he do tricks that can correlate that, hey, I can still keep this slam dunk contest moving, right? When
Hmm.
Aaron Gordon and Levine and then Derrick Jones Jr. is another. They were even talking about bringing in street dunkers. I wanted that one. Street dunkers going against the NBA players to prove who's the best dunker in the world. Can't do that for the
That would
simple
be
reason that you just said, and the embarrassment that could
the
potentially
embarrassment.
happen
Yeah. Because Jordan Killigan, oh, that scorpion dunk would kill it. It would kill it. His
every
dunking
time.
ability, period. He would destroy the NBA's best. He would destroy him by himself. We ain't even got to put nobody else in the conversation. Jordan Killian himself would murder these guys with his athleticism and his dunking ability alone. Come on now,
Okay,
who's a scorpion dunk?
okay. So you mentioned that, right? Remember they had breakdancing in it. So now they're saying in the next Olympics they're not going to do it. So that was a
Because of
project.
Ray Gun. This woman has become viral because of what was that? And then the windmill.
See, and that's the thing. That's what I was
wait,
afraid of, man.
wait.
That's what I'm afraid. That was I was afraid of, sir. I was
Alligator bite.
afraid of this.
Alligator bite. They did you see the video I tagged you in with the
Yes,
voiceover?
I
He
was
said
afraid of that,
alligator
man.
bite. Alligator bite. He said
No, see exactly, man. And so look, they made a big joke out of it, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, no, see, it's they tried it.
because
It didn't do so well. You can sit there.
that
Hey, I don't
one
like when media likes to gloss over
competitor,
stuff. You know, it was a
but
mess.
that one competitor ruined it for everyone, literally, because there were some good breakdancers out there. There really was. I watched the breakdancing on both the men and women's side, especially the men. There were some really good breakdancers out there. But what this 36-year-old professor, college professor, who is like has a master in the study of breakdancing or some crazy crap like that, you go and embarrass not only your country but just breakdancing in general for the entire world. That is bad. That is really, really bad. Like, why go and make a joke out of it like that? That's what really made it disappointing, because it seemed like that was just a joke. Those moves she did, oh my gosh. They got so many different videos with voiceovers. Like, they got the Peter Griffin when he was doing the Beverly Hills Cop song, and he was like, I said, come on. They're going over the top. And now it's to the point where either you got to go and find the best in the world, and I'm sorry, they're going to be real hip hop lovers, and they're going to majority be black people. Like, you're going to have to go to the hood. You're going to have to go to where them you got served dance competitions and things like that. You're going to have to go and find those dancers if you really want to find real good breakdancing for the Olympics, because what we saw, especially from that woman, that was horrible. That was horrible. Sorry, Olympic Committee, y'all got to go to the streets. Y'all do. Y'all got to send people out to the streets to find these guys, because that's where they're at. They're in these underground breaking competitions and dance competitions and stuff. That's where you're going to find the really, really good dancers that can go and represent their countries and put on a real show, not the kangaroo hop. Like, what the hell was that? What was the alligator bite? I'm just done, bro.
All right, I'm gonna take a break. I gotta take a break here.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Alligator
all right.
bite. Alligator bite.
Okay. All right.
I can't breathe.
Take a break.
We got more to come on the show.
Alligator, right? We'll be back with more A-Train show.
Oh my God.
You'll know why. All right, we'll be back after this.
If you aren't perfect, if you've ever struggled, if you've ever failed, if you want to get better, be better, and make our world better, this is the perfect brand for you. True Victory. Founded by U.S. military veterans, True Victory is a sportswear and streetwear brand dedicated to building everyday champions on and off the field. We're a cause. Our purpose is to transform lives and elevate humanity through the power and unity of sports, positive stories, and serving others. We're dedicated to the game, the grind, and the globe. But most importantly, we're dedicated to you. That's what it means to be always true.
Same great taste. Yes, same great taste.
Kangaroo jacking it today, boy. What's going on, y'all? Oh man, touch my toes, fall back, spin a Rooney, Booker T,
Alligator bite.
Gator bite.
Welcome back to the A-Train Show.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
That's gonna
God.
be classic for
man.
years to come.
It's Super Tuesday. Oh man. Well, thanks,
They
CM
said
Punk,
the
for making
Olympic
it matter
Committee
for us,
said
man.
they didn't give her no points, y'all. She got 0 points in the competition. The whole competition, she got 0 points. I wish you would play that video with the
No, I
voiceover
refuse.
from Facebook.
Maybe
Oh my goodness.
golly.
He said Booker T,
Man.
spinner Rooney. That voiceover was classic. I'm sorry. He said, cramping my calf muscle. Cramping my calf muscle. Because the move she was doing, oh my goodness.
You sent it to my phone, didn't you?
Touch your toes.
You sent it to my phone, didn't you?
I sent it. No, I tagged it to you on
Facebook.
I tagged you in it. Yes, I tagged you in it. It's hilarious.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Man.
We got to do it. We got 90 minutes. We got to do it.
I know. Here it is. Here it is too, man. I'm going to pull it up right now.
Oh my goodness. This is y'all. The voiceovers, Sabrina, Damien, the voiceover on this video. Y'all are gonna cry. You're gonna cry. I promise you. Everybody watching. That's all I could think of.
Wow. Back on my feet. Spinning again. Charlie horse on my calf muscle. Grab up my other leg. I'm going to turn around. Taylor Swift. Swag surf.
Centipede.
I done lost my
Centipede.
Get up. Spin on it. Windmill. Touch my toes. Fall back. On my side. Yeah. Gator bite. Gator bite. Spin a Rooney. Booker T. Keg stand. Spin. I'm dizzy. Fake it. Pose. Pow. Get up. Back on my feet. Spinning again. Charlie horse on my calf muscle. Cramp up my other leg. I'm going to turn around. Taylor Swift. Swag surf.
Centipede.
I done lost my car keys.
Shut up.
He said I lost my car keys. Push up.
Oh, Bert Cornelius. Shout out to Bert Cornelius on that one, man. Bert C Comedy. You can check that out over there. It's comedian Bert Cornelius with an I and an E in it now. All right, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh. Oh man.
Oh man, Denzel, I'm sorry. I will if I have to. Centipede.
Gator bite. Gator bite. Okay. All
Fall
right.
back. Touch my toes. Charlie horse on my calf muscle.
Car, what is like wallet fall out my pocket? You know. Like, come on, man.
Can't find my keys. Push up.
Can't find my keys. Oh my god. Oh,
Classic. All right. Oh.
Hey.
Oh man.
One more
Catch my
time.
breath.
One more time for the good people. One more time. Let's do it one more time. Here we go.
I done lost my car keys. Push up. Get up. Spin on them. Windmill. Touch my toes. Fall back. On my side. Yeah. Gator bite. Gator bite. Spin a Rooney. Booker T. Keg stand. Spin. I'm dizzy. Fake it. Pose. Pow.
I'm
Get up.
dizzy.
Back on my feet. Spinning again. Charlie horse on my calf muscle. Cramp up my other leg. I'm going to turn around. Taylor Swift. Swag surf.
Centipede.
I done lost my car keys. Push up. Get up. Spin on it. Windmill. Touch my toes. Fall back. On my side. Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
He said
done,
windmill. Man. Touch my toes.
I can't. See, that's the reason why I didn't want to show the clip, because I already knew what was going to happen. Oh, man.
Oh,
okay.
Man.
On me.
Charlie horse in my leg. Cramping my other one.
On me, sir. On me. Come on, man. What's with y'all? What we doing? Oh, man. Oh, dude. Okay, we have recollected ourselves. At least one of us has. Uh, hey, I guess we're looking forward to
Gator
flag
bite.
football in 2028, right? Hey, and can we make Snoop Dogg the host of 2028 Olympics? Like,
Please.
so much, he got so much airtime in these past Olympics, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, JTK, that this was a test to see if he can handle an Olympics because they know that LA
Mm-hmm.
2028, and when they seen that he could handle that, I was game for it. Me personally, I would have loved it if he would have sat next to Noah Eagle and Dwayne Wade and did a game. I would have loved that. He's done the hockey games and stuff, right? He's done the baseball. I was ready to see him do the basketball hit. If he would have done that hit, that would have been a cinch for me. But even though
Me
still,
too.
that would have been everything for me. But if now that you got 4 years later, SoFi Stadium is going to be, and I hate the fact that it's SoFi because it's Stan Kroenke, but that's just me. That's just me personally. That's just me. Nobody else. But the fact that it's going to be in SoFi Stadium, where they're going to hold the events and whatnot, I think it's going to be a pretty epic Olympics. And honestly, I really do need to be there. I want to be there for that event. You know what I mean? Because it's everything. Like, I'm gonna find a way to get there.
Definitely.
Said he's USA mascot. At this point, he kind of is. And
He is, man.
Snoop is
He
living his
is.
best life. Y'all not gonna sit there and snatch away
Mm-hmm.
Snoop from what he got going on, man. And I just love
that Asia Wilson tracksuit he had on. That was so hard, boy. I was like, oh, let me get that. I need
Yeah.
like
I'm glad
Snoop
you brought
was
that up.
he was Team USA's mascot. Like he was Team USA's cheer, like the number one fan. Like anytime you see Snoop, he was like he even was part of the equestrian competition with Martha Stewart. Like him and Martha was killing it, man. Like it was good to see, man. It was good to see. I ain't even gonna lie.
Exactly.
I loved it.
It surely was. As a matter of fact, you know what else was cool? You mentioned the name Asia Wilson. And
Mhm.
the topic was what? Kalia Copper, I think it was, right? And yeah,
Two words.
and she gave 2 words, special words for everybody to remember. And it went some a little like this. Right? So she referred to her as that. All right. So yeah, what else did need to be said about that, right? What else did that need to be said about her, right?
They
Walked
asked
off.
for 1 word, she gave him 2 and walked off.
But she ran. They say
I'm
they
the
ran it
goat.
together. I
I'm
ran
the
them
goat.
together.
That's
she
basically what she
walked
said.
off so clean.
I could say whatever I want. Right. She's like that. And deuces. I can say whatever I want. I'm the best player on the planet. Who's gonna stop me? You gonna find me? Go ahead. I got it.
Boy. Looking forward.
I love the world
to
of sports.
Listen. Yes, let Otis get in there and do some breakdance. He could have got a gold medal, man. All right.
R-Truth. What? R-Truth would have killed it. R-Truth would have actually did good. You don't believe R-Truth could have breakdance?
Yeah,
He do it in wrestling now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, out there doing the Frankie Lyman.
Did that. Booker T could have went out there and did his spinner-rooney on there, and it would have got a better score. Would have got a better score. Hey, he would have got a better score than that trash that was out there, man.
Booker T.
One more time.
I hate you so much right now.
Yo, Shaq would have won.
Yo.
Shaq would have won this competition, man.
Especially doing the dance from the General commercial.
Oh man. Good
Looking
God.
all
We missed
offbeat and
Pop.
crazy.
Okay. We had
Man.
stepped away from what we were supposed to talk about, but hey, I want to push over to WWE now. And
Please.
I gotta mention what happened last night. Oh gosh. Oh man. Last night's Raw was
man,
epic.
my ribs is
You know what I
on
mean?
the gate, boy.
We gotta get past this. We gotta get past this, man. We gotta get past it. One thing I'm seeing right now is with the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day.
Hey, look, I told y'all.
Hey,
I'm just saying, I told y'all.
He called for Fresh Prince to go out there. Hey, Romero would have killed it, but he won't. He don't break dance. He just dance.
He would have killed it.
Hey, where Boogaloo Shrimp? Shout out to Shrimp Chambers,
Because
man.
it's not unusual.
Hey, where's Shrimp Chambers at from breaking, dog? They could have did this and they would have won the event all by itself. You know what I mean? But yeah, back to the Judgment Day here. The Judgment Day last night was epic as usual. You know what I mean? I was a fan of what I seen. I don't know if there's going to be any mixed tag between the groups, you know, but it goes back.
Oh, you didn't hear?
To me. What I didn't hear.
You better check X.
What did I miss?
Because Bash at Berlin. What I told you was gonna happen at Bash at Berlin. What I told you was gonna happen at Bash at Berlin.
They really announced that match. Yup, they sure
Mixed
did.
tag. Terror Twins.
The Terror
Rhea
Twins is what they
and
calling
Damien.
themselves.
I guess. But
Rhea
and Damien.
Wait, what's the other one? I need some of these names to go away. Okay, the Terror Twins. Okay. Pure Fusion Collective. Come on, man. We can do better than that. You could just call them Pure Fusion. I didn't need a collective. I didn't need that.
Yeah.
Pure Fusion is fine.
You don't need that at all.
I'm cool with that. A collective, that's too much. That don't even come off the tongue correctly.
Because it's only two of them.
What's three? No, you talking about the Terror Twins. You talking about with them. The Terror Twins, okay, fine, whatever. I don't even know who even came up with that brilliant idea. But the Pure Fusion with the Sonya Deville, yes, American made, really. They can't call it American Alpha because that's a former team name, right?
You can't call it American made because neither one of them are from America. Damian Priest from Puerto Rico.
No. That's from the Creed brothers and Chad Gable. I'm talking about the names on all these different groups now.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say you can't call
you got
them
the Terror
two
Twins with Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, right? You got Pure Fusion Collective with Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark, and then you got American Made with the Creed brothers and Chad Gable because they all left Alpha Academy. But remember, Chad Gable was part of a group called American Alpha with Jason Jordan and Chad Gable. So, they took the two names that they had, split them apart. American Made, Alpha Academy. Still keep the name sort of American Alpha. But it's just some of these names that they throwing out there. And I'm like, come on, man. It's silly. Like, you could have came up with something better. I've been cool with Pure Fusion. Pure Fusion is fine. You know what I mean? It don't need to be a collective.
Hell, even the collective would have been fine. But Pure Fusion Collective is just too much. Either Pure Fusion or the collective. Either or would have been okay.
Way too much, man.
Putting it all together, it's too much. Way too much.
It's just
now,
way too much, man.
On the advertisement or whatever you want to call it, the graphic that they shared for that tag team triple threat match at Bash of Berlin, Why does it look like Sonya, or what's her name? Shayna Baszler has a belt on her shoulder.
Oh,
Did
where,
she snatch a
hey,
tag title from someone?
show me. I need to see
Go to
this.
WWE's X. Go to WWE's X because they announced the matches for Bash of Berlin. And I seen the advertisement for Bash at Berlin tag team, or the women's tag team championship is going to be a triple threat match.
Yeah,
And
I
I
knew about
seen
that.
Shayna Baszler, but it looks like Shayna Baszler has a belt over her shoulder, and it looks like one of the NXT women's tag, or not NXT, but WWE women's tag titles. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm
It
seeing this
looked like it.
correctly, or
No,
am I
it's
tripping?
not. You tripping. You tripping. Yeah, it's not on there. It's on Fire and Dawn's shoulders. It's just the way that she's holding it. It looks like it's on Shayna's shoulder. It looks like it, but it's not.
Mm,
Well,
mm.
there's a
I thought
story
they were
going around.
foretelling the future.
There's a story going around is they're trying to cover up Jade.
What you
That's the
gonna
story
call
going.
her? What you gonna call Jade and Bianca?
They call themselves the Pride. I would call them BGP. I wouldn't, but if you don't call them, you don't say the name because you know they're gonna be political about it. You just call themselves BGP, and I would refer them as Black Girl Pride. You get what I'm saying? But you call them BGP when they're out there. I'm looking at it. Hey,
You
what's wrong with
call
that?
them the BEST.
But that's
The
Bianca's.
BEST. The best.
But that's
The
Bianca's
best.
though. That's Bianca's though. Is what
It
I'm
don't
saying,
matter.
man. It does.
If it
That's
wasn't for
her shit.
Bianca, Jay wouldn't be even getting the look she's getting in WWE. Bianca
No,
agreed to
no.
be her tag
She was
partner.
getting she was getting the looks way before in NXT.
Not
Are
like
you kidding
this
me?
though.
Are you kidding me?
But I'm
Are you
saying
serious?
on the main roster, she wouldn't be getting nothing. She wouldn't even be on the main roster if it wasn't for Bianca saying, "Yeah, I'll tag up with her and I won't be solo right now."
And you know what? And Damian here is saying that Jade and Bianca don't need a name because they might be breaking up soon. I don't want to see that, but it's got to happen at some point.
Yeah.
Where they cultivate. If Bad Blood is a place for that, it's like it's kind of early,
That would
but you
be
can kind of
crucial.
start setting it up now. You can start setting it up now. You start setting it up now if that's the case. Also,
I mean, look at the match Jade just had. Bianca didn't look super excited for her.
well, she did. She was showing her, but the thing is this.
That's
You
what
think,
she did.
but
That's what
remember
she
what I
did.
also said. Remember what I also said though. I was the one that said if there's a person that's gonna make a heel turn in that group, it's got to be Bianca, not Jade.
It's got to. Yeah. That's the only
It
way to
can't
do it the right
it
way.
can't be Jade.
It's
It's
the
got to
only
be
way to do it
Bianca.
the right way.
That's the only way to do it the right way. The other thing that's if you ain't starting to see the seeds are being planted. This Final Testament versus New Day. You know, they done brought in Odyssey Jones into the mix to be like that quote unquote third unofficial
Mm-hmm.
member of New Day. And a certain individual is not happy about it. Oh, he trying to play it off. But the seeds are there. Like Xavier Woods is going to leave the New Day. But the question is going to become for
Yeah.
how long? Is it going to be similar to what happened with the Wyatts? Is going to be similar to what happened in the Bloodline, where he is in there to say like I'm part of the Final Testament. I don't need the New Day, and then he infiltrates within it to mess it up, or is he going to be in there for good? And wait, before you answer that, I'm gonna answer this. Jade is better as a heel, though. True, that is no lie. but you haven't seen
Yeah.
Bianca as a heel yet. I want to see Bianca as a heel. I really want to see
Could she
Bianca as
be
a
a
heel.
heel though?
With her hair, absolutely.
Could she really be a heel though?
Yes.
Could she really talk crazy to the WWE universe? She loved the
Yes.
WWE universe.
Yes. She could talk crazy to them. Will she
I
though?
mean,
That's
we is
what's
about
up
to
for
be on,
question.
right. I mean, we are about to be on Netflix, so it's going to be a little bit explicit. So I know the verbiage is going to change a lot with being
That
on
part.
Netflix. So
You
I
have
mean,
not
it
seen
could
Jade
be.
as a, but we're seeing it now. We're seeing it now. You know what I'm saying? She has, you know,
I was about
as
to say we're seeing it right now,
they're baby faces right now.
but she really
But
don't
you
do a lot of
haven't seen it,
promos. She don't do a lot of promos though either,
and you
so we don't
haven't.
really.
And to Denzel's point, you haven't seen her solo. I think that's what he was saying. You haven't seen her solo as a face. Everywhere you've seen her as a heel.
Nope.
You know, they've been together, right? But you never seen her as a face by herself. So that would actually be better. I want to see how both works. If it don't work, you can always revert back. They do it all the time. They find ways to revert back to their old statuses. You know what I mean? Like you start seeing the inklings with Damian Priest. Damian Priest, when he first came in, was a baby face, but you saw that he has heel abilities. You've seen how good he can be as a heel, right? But he had started off as a baby face. So when he jumped back to being a baby face, that was perfect. Granted, I'm not the biggest fan of Rhea Ripley as a baby face, but I understand why they got her as a baby face now.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? I understand that type of stuff. That it's good for the storyline. It keeps the story moving. You know what I mean? So the other thing was
Right.
we got the Judgment Day. We mentioned about American Alpha. We mentioned about Pure Fusion Collective and stuff like that. We mentioned the mixed tag match, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. Everybody's like, why? But it's necessary. You know what I mean? Because I think Cody and Kevin can, throw the house down for a good 15, 20 minutes in Berlin, and it should be a great match. And Kevin will give everything that he's got because that's what he is. I don't think Kevin's going to win the match, but he's going to make it pretty dang close that he's going to make it seem like he's going to win. Like he's going to take it step to that raging point, and he's going to try and finish off Cody, but in the end, it's going to be Cody. But the other one was Gunther and
I think he's
Randy Orton.
I think he's going to turn.
Who do you think he's going to
turn? Kevin Owens is going to turn.
There's great possibility for that.
And KO.
And
because you got to look
Gunther,
at it. He doesn't feel he deserves the title shot. You know what I mean? So with him feeling like he doesn't deserve a title shot, getting closer and closer to the match, him still being a face right now, he gets that thought in his head like, well, after everything I've done, maybe I do deserve this title shot.
It's going to lead
and
up
then
to
we
that.
Start getting all the, well, you know what I mean? Oh, Cody, I was there for you. Up to and
yeah.
This, that, and the third. And yeah, it's
going to lead to that.
Because then it lets everything cultivate with the bloodline and keeps the bloodline story going with Cody out of it for right now. Now you get to really see Roman and Solo. Now we get to see the buildup of bloodline versus bloodline. Original bloodline versus new bloodline. NWO Black and White versus NWO Wolfpack. You know what I mean? We get to see this really now cultivate up to Bad Blood without any outside parties. No Sami Zayn, no Cody Rhodes, no nobody else. Just Anoa'i family versus Anoa'i family. Period. And that's what we need. And I think that's why Cody Rhodes came out on Monday and said, hey, he needs a title shot. Or Friday,
I need y'all to understand.
Friday on SmackDown.
They said Cody going to turn heel, and they think Cody's going to turn heel. When you're the top baby face, you're never going to turn heel.
You can't.
Cody cannot
Not
turn
until you
heel
drop
at
the title.
all.
Not
And
until
that's
he
it.
drops the title and he's had the reign for a while. He's got to have the reign for a little while. Nowhere close to what Roman had it, but he's going to have the reign for a little while. And then the storyline is going to cultivate to where he eventually turns heel. But he won't have the title when he turns heel. He's going to lose the title, and that's going to be where he turns heel. Boom. As soon as he loses that title and the way he loses the title, it'll probably be, you know what I
That'll be the
mean,
way.
when he
Yeah,
turns heel.
I can see it that way. It's how, you know, he becomes a
Hmm.
heel that way.
Who
Um,
interferes?
it says Gunther and Orton match. I got to see Orton get his RKO off on Gunther because
Hmm.
Gunther sat there and said that he wouldn't do it. He would never surprise him, and he gave him one thanks to Drew McIntyre. And I remember watching yesterday. I was like, "You're never supposed to take your eyes off of Randy Orton. Never. I don't care if
The
Drew
Viper.
McIntyre is behind you.
The Viper.
If you
He's a
sat there and
snake for a
said,
reason.
and he called himself the Legend Killer for a reason. So I think the stipulation was if Randy does win, the title remain. He'll go to Raw, and then Gunther will go to SmackDown, which brings a very interesting ploy here. If Randy does win, you gotta understand how much that is. I think Drew McIntyre is gonna mess around and try to intercept, but you got that little guy known as CM Punk that's still on hot on your tail.
And that
So
guy
that'll be that.
Seth freaking Rollins,
Well, he'll
who
be
will
off.
be back.
Yeah, he's off
He will.
TV for now. You know, everybody was tripping
Right.
on him with the
But
Bronson Reed stuff. Like, why they do it so hard? Well, they did that to get him off TV.
yeah, because I think the buildup is going to come after Bad Blood, where Seth. Because if RKO, I like to call him RKO. If Randy Orton beats Gunther for the title, and everything happens the way it's supposed to happen, then you're going to get CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, and probably Seth Rollins all fighting
And
for the World Heavyweight title. You know what
right,
I
and
mean?
Orton will not have the belt long. He won't have the belt
It's going
long.
to be a
If you looked at the
short reign.
career of Randy Orton, I think the longest he's had it was probably about 6 months.
Hmm.
Had a major title belt. He doesn't have it long. And the reason why is because of how his stories are. When he went against Cena, he went against Triple H. Those stories mattered because of how, you know, Pat going back and forth with Randy Orton for the belts. That's cool. That's nothing wrong with that. That's why he was able to be a 15-time or
Hmm.
14-time champion right now, because it's a transitional championship, you know. And Randy Orton, in my opinion, is a transitional
Right.
champion, you know. And I there's nothing wrong with that. It's because you want to make sure the next guy that you have up is going for it. What Brian Breaker was able to do last night with the Intercontinental Championship, I'm glad they did it that manner where Sammy stole a victory from him, and then he got the last two in dramatic fashion. So, you know, he's going to be a guy that's going to be up and coming, that's going to be fighting for that the minute he takes the belt off. But he's going to have a nice little reign with that Intercontinental Championship. Because I know the next person that that's going to go after him is probably going to be Dragunov. You got to
Hmm.
keep Dragunov relevant here in this storyline. So,
I said that.
um,
I said that
yeah,
when we first talked about SummerSlam and Braun Breaker winning the title, finally getting over, winning the title, and then where do you go from there? You can't have him keep going back and forth with Sami Zayn, so you bring in the person that was trying to help and stand up, and well, not stand up, but help and be there for Sami Zayn, and that's Ilya Dragunov. So you gotta continue the storyline with Ilya Dragunov, and then move on from there. After that storyline goes where it's going to go, and you help Dragunov get that push to the next level, because he's definitely going to be one of those wrestlers that can get pushed into a major title. You can definitely see him being pushed into a major title or even a mid-card title, because he's that good on the mic
mhm.
and in the ring. You know, that's why he's no longer on NXT, because what he did in NXT to prove that he belongs on a main roster. So Dragunov is definitely going to be, you know, in the future, a possible face of the company because he can pull it off.
Right.
He's got that Stone Cold Steve Austin type of look in a way, like with the goatee and everything, but he just has hair. But he has the attitude. He just don't cuss like that. You know what I mean? And then you got the swag like Corporate Rock when he used to come in with the suits and the dress shirts and looking real clean, and Dragunov comes in with his suits. You know what I mean? Looking dapper from head to toe. You know what I mean? So he has the look, he has the promo ability, he has the in-ring wrestling ability to be the face of the company.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Rumors that I happened to catch from Cage Side Seats. They're now planning to rebrand the Judgment Day. The leading candidate that's being thrown out there is called Street Trash. Street Trash. You got the Terror Twins and Street Trash. All right, I'll see. You know what? If it turns out that's the name, I guess that's how they look at themselves. So you know what? Whatever. Also,
What?
let's see. You know how AEW does their stadium shows. They're saying that if they do the next one, they got one in Dallas, or Arlington, Texas. My namesake. They're going to Globe Life Field for their stadium show for AEW. All right. So, but I got to go back to the Street Trash thing. Street Trash.
Right. Like, what are we doing?
I want to know how that means from now on you can't do regular intros. You got to come through almost like the Shield of sorts of coming from different areas of the arena and coming to the ring. You can't just do ring stuff anymore. I mean, I like what that opening segment was, the first 30 minutes of Monday Night Raw, you know, before Carlito and I think it was Carlito and Damian Priest that had their match. That where's that? Rhea came out to the ring, was coming after Liv. Liv was at the top. Then Damian showed up and they started beating up on Dom. I was like, I miss those. We need to get back to those in there, in the arena stuff. Hey, I know it sounds crazy, but remember how the home invasions used to be done so well.
Yeah.
You remember those? One in
Yes, I
particular
do.
was Randy Orton and Triple H. When he went to Randy Orton's home in St. Louis and came in with the sledgehammer. The only thing I didn't like with that story, the way that transpired, was why was Orton's wife at the time sitting there just standing there just screaming. Just standing there. They told her, just scream. I'm like, that's dumb. Stop. At least have
no
a look on your
no
face.
interaction.
Right. I mean, they weren't
Screw
supposed to
that.
interact.
We wanted I'm Randy Orton's wife. You're not finna just come up in the Orton house and just destroy stuff with your sledgehammer, sir. I'm gonna attack you and give you and Randy a reason to really fight. You know what I mean? Make her attack Triple H to where he hurts her in some way, and now you boost the story even higher with that home invasion. You know what I mean? Now you take that, you took in that home invasion to a whole nother level.
At least look like you're terrified. You didn't even look like you were terrified when it was happening. At least make it. No, she just sitting there. She just like what? Screaming. She's screaming and looking motionless. Like if you go back and watch that angle from 2009, and they said go get the door, and she said there go to the door. She just standing there. It's just screaming. Like why are you looking like that? It was just so stupid. But I think the last one I remember was Seth Rollins and Edge. When Seth was going against Edge and Seth went to Edge's house. And at the time, I think it was Beth Phoenix wasn't there, and he was sitting in his home. He said, man, I was like, that's what I want to go back to. Those little angles, but I know these days it's way too dark to do it, too PC that they are right now. So it's like, yeah, we kind of
Yeah,
calm on that. We're gonna calm on that, especially with what's going on in the world today. I'm like, all
definitely.
right, whatever. But to the effect, I would not mind seeing Randy with the title, so that way it leads to those guys. A lot of people want to see Gunther versus people would love to see Gunther versus Drew McIntyre, but I'm like, a fatal four way with those men, those would be pretty. That'd be pretty interesting. You know, um,
Yeah, especially
McIntyre
with
want to get his
the
hands
legends that
on,
are in there.
and to sit there and say that Drew McIntyre, see, go back to that Swerve invading Hangman Page's house. You need little stories like that, but make it make sense. When you do it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So, uh, those angles were always interesting. For sure. You don't have to do too much, but all you're doing is just terrorizing. That's all. That's it. Um, but back to Orton and Gunther, because there's only 3 matches right now that they're putting up. I do want to see um what a Gunther run does look like. So I really, in my opinion, I'm already stating this here on the show. I think Gunther is going to beat Orton. I don't think he's going to have a short run. Because I think Randy still got some in him where he can either get close to John Cena and Flair. You don't think so?
I think Gunther's gonna lose and then win it back at Bad Blood, and KO might be the reason why he Randy Orton loses the belt at Bad Blood. I think a lot's gonna happen with Kevin Owens because of this title match with Cody Rhodes, and then with Randy going after Gunther. I think that whole little
You think
trio,
there's
some
ties
stuff's
to
gonna
that?
happen. I think some ties are happening with that. I think there's some stuff in the background that we're not hip to yet or have gotten any hints to yet, but have, and we all just haven't noticed it. Because if you look at how Kevin Owens reacted when what's his name, Nick, the
Nick Aldis.
what's the guy's, yeah, when Nick Aldis said, yeah, I don't have to go and find a person in the locker room. I'm looking at the guy who deserves a title shot right now, yada yada yada. Even the way he looked and reacted, it was just like, I don't want this title shot. I don't deserve this. Like, he still had the same reaction, but I think there's something behind that. Like I said, I think that's going to build up to him when it comes to Bash of Berlin. Like, you know what? Yes, I do deserve this. I'm better than you, Cody. I should be the face of the company right now. I should be the head honcho. I should be that guy. And then it all comes back at Bad Blood to Randy, Cody, and KO. Something's
I
got
triple
to
threat.
happen with those three. Yeah, because look how everything transpired. Cody got them hurt a couple weeks ago when the bloodline made a
And
mockery of everything and destroyed those guys and practically almost took everybody out. Like,
I basically said, you
something's
didn't help
got to
me.
come back on that.
Right. And you
There
didn't
you
help me.
go. And I think that's going to be one of the things that Kevin looks at, like, oh, you didn't help me, Cody, and I do deserve this title match. And then Randy's going to look back like, yeah, you didn't help me. And then I think it's going to be to the fact where Imperium helps Gunther, but Randy still wins the match, right? And then Randy's like, oh, nobody was there to help me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think something's going to accumulate to that point where both Randy and Kevin Owens look at Cody like, you weren't there to help us, but we were there to help you. Randy can easily heel turn and face turn just like that. Randy is one of those wrestlers who's been in the business long enough to where it does not matter. You say, hey, Randy, we're going this angle. He's like, all right, let's go. Heel. All right, I'm doing it. Face, okay, I'm doing it. Either way, I can make it happen. You know what I mean? So I think having him be face right now and then boom, make a heel turn, I think that's gonna come. And like you say, he doesn't have long title reigns. He doesn't need a long title reign. A 1 month is fine with him because he's just putting Gunther over again to help Gunther with his accolades. But he'll prove that he's a legend killer by beating Gunther and beating him through adversity of Imperium interfering in the match. Then he could really say, you're nothing compared to me, and I kill legends for a living in this business.
You know, that would be kind of interesting if we get a championship match and, you know, he wind up. But I really don't think that's going to be a clean match at all.
No, I don't either.
Really don't think
I
it's gonna
really
be a
think
clean
Imperium
match.
is going to get involved. I think
If
Imperium's going to get
it's
involved.
only one person.
And
it's only one person because Giovanni is now NXT.
It don't matter. But it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. That one person could make a difference. You get what I mean? But not make too much of a difference. Because like I said, all he got to do is get RKO'd. Randy can strike. The Snake can strike at any time. The Viper is a quick reactor. You know what I mean? And Randy Orton can strike at any given time with that RKO.
And Gunther got that case in point on Monday. Don't you never take your eye off of Randy, man. You strike at any moment.
What's your boy's name that's still Imperium?
Ludwig.
I keep forgetting that guy's name.
You talking about Kaiser?
Yeah, there you go, Ludwig.
Ludwig.
If he interferes in the match, he's gonna get RKO'd. Gunther's gonna hit his finisher. Randy's gonna kick out. Match gonna go on for maybe another minute or two. Randy's gonna mess around and hit Gunther with the RKO while Ludwig's out and win the match and win the title, and then everything else starts to go full circle. KO wasn't there to help Randy. Gunther's gonna go get his title back at Bad Blood, and then after Bad Blood, we got the feud with KO, Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes. And like you said, Kevin Owens ain't gonna win this match. He's not gonna win the title.
Well, yeah. Now that old boy is the champion. Giovanni got kicked out of Imperium, and because he's now being rebranded back to his old NXT days as Giovanni Vinci. So cool, all the best to him there. But my thing is, Kaiser is going to be the road dog per se until he lose that title. And lose that title, that's it. They breaking up. Ain't no way that they gonna stay together. It does not happen. You know how? But also, like I said, the thing about the New Day, I got to switch over to the New Day. You got to. The signs are there with Xavier Woods leaving that group. They're there.
Yep.
And they're fighting. I think it's next Monday.
Yeah.
They're fighting next Monday. New Day against the Final Testament. And Karrion Kross really got this belief that he got him now, you know, because he's seeing how he's handling Kofi Kingston handling with Odyssey Jones now, you know what I mean? So making him feel some type of way. I've seen several times during this show, Xavier looking like this, like he's trying to keep himself within the group, but he's also like, I don't like this no more. So the plants are being seeded, you know, the seeds are being planted. So, you know, I'm looking forward to that. Shout out to Mark Henry and Jacob Henry that was in the house in Austin, Texas. You know, when they was doing their thing. Of course, Bronson Reed did what he did to R-Truth, and I understand why they did that, because I guess that's now it's become a thing for Bronson Reed. So the last thing he got fined by WWE twice. So what do you do now? Do you suspend him? or does Adam Pearce put his boots on and fight against Bronson Reed? You get what I'm saying? Like at this
I
point,
don't think
because
you'll see that.
I don't like how certain things are with the wrestling business. You know, people just steadily jumping on them, and you cannot do anything to stop this dude. Like, here's my thing. R-Truth sat there and was like, I got to take this 6 times. Dude, at this point, roll away. Roll away.
I'm breaking character.
But wait, hold on, wait.
Not another one. Not another one.
He did, but then he went to the other side. You know, no, R-Truth is a trooper. R-Truth would do anything that's asked upon. You know,
Yeah.
Because that was like him and Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley said, "Whatever's asked upon, I'll do it for you." You know, as long as it was right. And so, like, I need now. You got Bronson Reed. I need him to get Almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where Almost could come in and fight off against Bronson Reed because he's that big. But y'all keeping him on ice because you don't know what to do with him. You can make them a tag team together.
You know who you bring in? You know who you bring in to stop Bronson Reed?
Who is that?
How do you say his name? The new Anoya family member? No.
You said the new
Anoya family member that just got signed.
Oh,
the big old huge Simone.
That's for the bloodline.
Just to make his debut. Just to make his debut, though. Just to make his debut. But look, you do it just to make his debut, and then you have you have Solo come out like this is our new enforcer.
I know Bronson Reed don't need it, but he would make a great competitor to Obafemi. You know, he got this open challenge tonight.
I was gonna say that too.
But Bronson Reed has had the title, so there's no real need for it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
All right. 30 seconds left. We got to discuss a lot, man. JTK, like I said, you got a busy day, man. You hopped on here for a bit, and then you go on tonight with Arena STL with Will Freeman, man.
Yes, and I'm trying to get to the Aviators game tonight too. So
okay.
I may actually be doing the Arena STL show from the
live
Aviators
from the game.
So we'll see. Yes,
all right.
sir. Yes, sir.
Well, for just a little while, we'll see y'all on Friday at 11:30 Central, 12:30 Eastern. This is the A Train Arlington Lane signing off. Hey, thank y'all for everybody that tuned in today. Make sure y'all tune in again on Friday. We're gonna get it in. Get you geared up for Friday Night SmackDown and see what this deal is with this bloodline. All right. Alligator bite. Alligator bite. Alligator bite. We'll see you next time.
You know I had to.
Right here on Fuel Sports Network. Goodbye.